Today on Time About the Movies, Denzel Washington has to walk through post-apocalyptic America in order to protect the sacred book that holds the secrets to saving humankind in his latest movie, directed by the Hughes brothers and also featuring Gary Oldman and Mila Kunis. And Jackie Chan stars in a new movie, and not a good action movie, no. Lionsgate apparently saw The Pacifier 5 years ago and decided, oh, we can do this. And spoiler alert, they can't. So you got a little bit of the good and the bad of some of January movies in particular today, as we take a look at the two films of January 15th, 2010. That's today on Time About the Movies.
They say the war tore a hole in the sky. That was 30 winters ago. I've been walking ever since. Put that hand on me again, you won't get it back. I need that book. I know its power. Nobody touches it but me. It's not a book. It's a weapon. Book of Eli, rated R, starts January 15th.
And welcome to another edition of Time About the Movies, where, as I said before, we're taking a look at the two new releases on January 15th, 2010. And we're starting off with the biggest new release of the weekend, which is the Book of Eli. And as I said before, it's a post-apocalyptic tale in which a lone man, played by Denzel Washington, fights his way across America in order to protect the sacred book that holds the secrets to saving humankind. Now, as I said before, this was directed by the Hughes brothers, who did Menace to Society. They also did Dead Presidents, and have been relatively out of the spotlight for a good chunk of time. I mean, the last movie they did was From Hell back in 2001, which was a good movie overall. Maybe not one of their better films, but really their best film at that point was Menace to Society. But if there was a film that was actually closer to being their second best film, The Book of Eli is definitely that movie. One thing I could say about this movie right off the bat is that the visual look of the movie is incredible. As the film opens up, you're just suckered in. Like the images they have in here, this isn't like Mad Max in any way, shape, or form. This is a movie where you just have Denzel Washington in the desert, and easily these are scenes that could have easily been the marketing for this movie. That's how good they really are. I mean, the casting overall is top-notch. I mean, it's Denzel Washington. I mean, I've said it time and time again. I mean, he is the greatest actor we have right now. And again, he steals the show in here. He's absolutely terrific. Gary Oldman is a fun bad guy to watch in this movie. I like his dialogue that he has in here. I thought Mila Kunis overall was a pretty good side character to Denzel Washington's character. I thought that was a very good character for her. You have Jennifer Beals, who's really unrecognizable in here, giving another good performance. Malcolm McDowell's pretty good in here too, with one of the craziest haircuts I've seen since Michael Caine in Children of Men. If you've ever seen Children of Men, watch Michael Caine in that movie and look at the haircut he has there. This is almost as crazy as that. I mean, it's been that long since we had a movie where an older actor has had this weird, crazy hairstyle to him, which makes no sense whatsoever, but it works for here, because he's, once again, giving a good performance. It works all the way through. There are some good action kills in here, some good action sequences, a car crash with a hand grenade that is really well done, and a really good twist ending that I think is definitely one of the best twist endings in recent memory. I mean, there's a couple things that do kind of hurt the movie overall. Like, there's scenes like involving a lady with her wheel on a cart broken, and it's just like, it's one of those things where it's just like, it's fine the first time around, but as the film goes on, it starts to become kind of like a running gag, and it's just kind of like, man, it just does not feel like something that should be something that should be in there. But on top of that, there's also another weird scene very early on where, you know, Denzel Washington's eating dinner at this place and getting cleaned up, and the music they play in this movie, for some reason, sounds like it's the beginning of a porno movie. And it's just like, what was with that music choice there? I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, and you know, these guys have done something similar where they've had music that doesn't seem like it should fit there. Like in Menace to Society, they have a notable scene where Computer Love is playing in the background. Great song, has no real connection to what's going on in that particular part of the movie, but it worked. The movie overall worked well, and yeah, this is a really good movie. This is the type of film that we want to see more of in the month of January, and not these movies that are just the table scraps of bad films that were clearly not meant to be big hits whatsoever. And so they put it in January, and then the studios, when the movie bombs, it's just like, well, it's not our fault. Nobody wanted to go see it. Yeah, nobody wanted to go see it because you knew it was bad, and you put it somewhere where nobody was going to go see it. So, but overall, yeah. Book of Eli is a really good movie. I think that should be the main takeaway from this film. It's one of the better January movies that you can have at this point. And I mean, honestly, we've gotten better with the January movies as of late, 15 years later. It has been more of a push to make more January movies much better than they were back then. I mean, you got to give us credit for that. We're evolving on that front. Now, there's so many other fronts that we need to evolve on in terms of getting more original movies out there. Less sequels, less pointless sequels, you know. But that's stuff for another day, though, unfortunately. But anyway, that's the Book of Eli. So let's go ahead and move on to the reason why January is usually considered the dumping month, and it's this movie right here. Jackie Chan starring in The Spy Next Door.
Beginning search. Tracking. Agent located.
This is Bob Ho.
Secret agent Bob Ho has taken down dictators, terrorists, and evil empires, but he's about to face his toughest assignment yet. Babysitting.
I need your help.
Because Bob has a few new tricks that he's about to unleash.
I don't want you playing with fire. Okay, maybe just this once.
His secret weapon.
Mommy, that man can fly.
Jackie Chan, Amber Valletta, with Billy Ray Cyrus and George Lopez. The Spy Next Door.
Okay, a couple of warning signs right there. First of all, it's not a good sign when you have to use clips from a completely different Jackie Chan movie that is not even Lionsgate's. They're taking shots literally from The Tuxedo, that movie he did for DreamWorks 8 years ago. That's what those flashbacks are in this movie. There's like stuff from that. I think there's a little bit from Rush Hour there, and it's just like, I mean, that's your first warning sign that they're not even trying. Second, Jackie Chan's your biggest star here. If your co-stars are Amber Valletta, who hasn't really done a whole lot since Premonition in 2007, Billy Ray Cyrus, who only got a little bit of a career boost because her daughter's a much more talented person than she is, and George Lopez, who really kind of fell off the map a little bit there for a little bit, but I mean, but then again, I might be overthinking it because he did have the Lopez Tonight Show on TBS at the time, so I don't know. But at the same time, it's just like, if Amber Valletta, Billy Ray Cyrus, and George Lopez are the biggest stars besides Jackie Chan, chances are your movie's not going to end up very well here. And sure enough, as I said before, this is pretty much just The Pacifier, except let's take Vin Diesel out of the picture and put Jackie Chan in there, and the film will write itself. The quality will write itself, and no, it doesn't. Jackie Chan stars as former CIA spy Bob Ho. What a terrible name that is. Bob Ho, who takes on his toughest assignment to date, looking after his girlfriend's 3 kids, who haven't exactly warned their mother's beau. When one of the youngsters accidentally downloads a top-secret formula, Bob's longtime nemesis, a Russian terrorist, pays a visit to the family, and chaos and hilarity ensues. Or at least that's what Lionsgate would probably make you think about this, but here's the thing, though. The difference between this and The Pacifier are very, very easy to see. For one thing, The Pacifier was actually trying with with a plot that has been done to death before so many times. I mean, the Pacifier worked because there was at least good humor with it. Vin Diesel was at least trying and actually did make it work. And the film kind of had this new idea that, yeah, we know how stupid it is, but we're so proud of it, we're gonna go with it anyway. I mean, for God's sakes, the film had so many stupid moments in there, and it shouldn't have been a film that worked, and somehow it did. But that's because they had a good director behind it, and they had good talent behind it. This, I mean, the only big star in here is Jackie Chan, and Jackie Chan, God bless him, he's trying to save it. I mean, yeah, anytime Jackie Chan's doing those stunts, yeah, it's always going to be great to see, but I'm sorry. The the humor in here is just awful. The comedy just doesn't work. I mean, this is pretty bad stuff. I mean, this is a lousy movie that just isn't even trying to do anything by basically trying to save it here. And this is supposed to be a tribute. This is supposed to be a tribute to Jackie Chan, and this is the best they could come up with. Really, it's just like why this film? Like, why did you have to make it this film in particular? And yeah, Brian Levant, the director of this movie, who started his career off pretty promising with Beethoven, The Flintstones, Jingle All the Way, Snow Dogs. I mean, these silly but fun movies. man, his career was, this was the beginning, this was pretty much right in his downfall, because after this, he had Scooby-Doo, The Mystery Begins, Scooby-Doo, Curse of the Lake Monster, A Christmas Story 2, Sophie Grace and Rosie's Royal Adventure, and Max 2, White House Hero. This is the last theatrical release he ever made, and, clearly you can see why that is, because, yeah, this is a piece of shit. I mean, this is pretty much a straightforward, lackluster comedy that the studio clearly saw was a bad movie, and they said, let's put it out in January because people will go and see it. And sure enough, it was a hit when it came out. It was a film that made back its budget, made $45 million off a $28 million budget, so it was a hit for the studio. Jackie Chan probably sold his soul for that, but I mean, I'm giving him way too much smack for this. I mean, he is the best thing about the movie, but at the same time, the rest of the movie just kind of sucks. And I realized that the producer of this is the same guy that did The Pacifier. Robert Simmons is the same man who also produced The Pacifier and would later go on to form STX Entertainment. And it's just like I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it with this guy. Like, with this film. It's just like, what are you trying to do here? Like, what's the point? And it just, yeah, it just didn't work overall. So yeah, overall, the movie sucks, and it's clearly a January film that is what it is. And you know, I'll say this though, it's certainly going to be better than the one we'll take a look at next time around on here, which is a much worse family comedy with an action star in it than this movie here, and I'll talk about that in just a second. And that wraps up another edition of Time About the Movies. The next time we meet, we take a look at January 22nd with a couple of notably bad movies, and Legion with Paul Bettany is one of the big ones, with Demon Granny. If you don't know what I'm talking about, hold on to your hats for that one, because that's a doozy. And then that movie I was talking about just a little bit ago with, you know, an action star in a really bad comedy, Tooth Fairy. Dwayne Johnson starring in a movie that was originally intended for Arnold Schwarzenegger. He basically pulled the same thing he did with Stallone with Stopping My Mom Will Shoot, pretty much. We'll talk more about that next time around. As well as Harrison Ford and Brendan Fraser in CBS Films' first attempt to try to rebrand their studio with Extraordinary Measures. Like, bring back their theatrical studio from the 1980s. They did it back then. They're trying to do it again with Extraordinary Measures. Do they succeed? Just tell you right now, no. So, we'll take a look at those three films coming up next time around on the show. That'll be tomorrow. But until then, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button, the subscribe button, the notification button, and the bell so you get updates when new videos come out, and check out our playlist as well as the previous episode. So with that said, whether it's in the past, the present, or the future, I will see you at the movies. Take care.